I'm Erica, also known as E.MoniQue, and this is my real life. Hang out with me as I side-eye the ups and stumble through the downs. Watch as I turn my tiny piece of the Arizona desert into a tropical oasis. Fight to beat infertility, and figure out where I fit as an artist in this crazy creative world. All while awkwardly discovering my authentic self. I'll be talking out loud about the things I wish someone would have said a while ago and sorting through what I wish I didn't know. Who knows? Maybe you can relate, as I often ask myself.
That's correct.
Alright, so I'm going to send that through email. Just let me know if you get it.
Alrighty. Okay, yes. So just click on the link.
And then allow camera and microphone. Okay, so I'm going to hang up the phone to see if you're able to hear me through your laptop, okay?
Okay.
Alright, bye-bye.
And then are you able to see and hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi there. Is this going to be it's a temporary thing? Can it be temporary?
It all depends on what your A1C does, but the thing is, if your A1C comes down, it's probably the medication doing it because you don't have any comorbidities that should be causing your A1C to go up. You see what I'm saying? So your problem is probably all familiar. It's in your family. That's why your A1C is elevated. It's not because you need to lose weight. It's not because you're not eating healthy. Where most, like other people, that's the reason. And once they start eating healthy and working out, their A1C goes down. And as long as they keep that up, they don't need the medication. But I have a feeling in your case that that's not the case. You know, you're not. It's not because you're unhealthy. It's because it's in the family.
Okay.
So if it does go down, if your A1C goes down while you're on the metformin, it could be the metformin that's helping you do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but we won't know until it happens. So we can always put you on for 3 months, see if your A1C comes down. When it comes down, then we can stop it.
Okay.
And then we check you in 3 months.
Okay.
If it goes back up, then that means you need the metformin.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay?
What are some of the side effects?
It's mostly GI, so it's mostly stomach issues. So you might have some diarrhea, you might have some abdominal pain, and some nausea. It should not last, if you do get it, it shouldn't last more than a week.
Okay.
Okay, if it lasts more than a week, then the medication's not right for you.
Okay. I've seen that it's been recalled maybe a time or two. What are some?
It's not recalled right now, so if they fix that, then it's fixed. But it may be more of the company that was making it that was, you know, so I don't know what that company was. I haven't heard anything new or from that. We normally send glucophage out, the metformin you take once a day. And I haven't heard anything. They would let us know if something was called back, but we would know
Okay.
right now.
How harsh could this be on my kidneys?
Not very harsh. Not very harsh. It's not even the kidneys that we worry about with this. It's the liver.
Okay.
And your labs are perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do intend to start my IVF treatments again, probably by the end of the year or so. So how will this affect my fertility? And how does that kind of coincide with, I don't know, any other medication, just in general?
I don't know that, and that's something that you have to talk to those people about. But I do know we give metformin to pregnant people all the time.
All right.
A lot of pregnant people that have either diabetes before they get pregnant, they're already on metformin and they can stay on it. People that get gestational diabetes, we put them on metformin.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that much I do know. I don't know about the interaction with the IVF because I don't give that medication, so I don't know that medication. But I do know, as far as for a person who's trying to get pregnant or pregnant, it does not harm you. Okay. But I don't know about the medication that they're giving you.
Okay. Is there anything that I should just be made aware of? Don't eat this, don't do that. I don't know. So, I don't know what I don't know until something happens and I'm like, oh, okay, I should have asked, but.
Well, my thing is, you can eat. The pill is not going to cause you from not being able to eat anything.
Sure.
Okay? But because you're trying to lower your A1C, you want to watch your carb intake, you want to watch your sugar intake, you want to watch, eat more protein, and then exercise. But as far as like what food interacts with the pill, I
don't know if it's still true or not, but grapefruit, I do a lot of juicing, so.
That is more with like a statin medication. Okay. So if you were taking something for your cholesterol, then we would tell you not to do citrus and all that stuff, but not so much with metformin. I'm giving you one of the lowest doses of metformin.
Okay. Okay.
Metformin can go up to almost 240 milligrams a day, or 2,400 milligrams a day. I'm giving you 500.
Okay. That was one of my questions.
You're getting a low dose and you're only going to take it once a day.
Okay. And then I guess my last question is, it's a silly one, but if I can't do it, I won't take medication, which is part of my problem, but I have difficulty swallowing pills, so is this going to be a horse pill? Do you know, like, the size of it?
Yeah, metformin is pretty big.
Okay.
You can't, and it's an extended release. You can break it, but you can't crush it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can break it in half, but you can't crush it. So you can try that. If it doesn't work, then I don't know, we might have to look into something else. And most of the diabetic pills are pretty big, and the next step would be like shots, if you really want to do that. But yeah, most of them are pretty big. Have you ever tried taking a pill with bread?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes if you put the pill in your mouth, put a piece of bread in your mouth and chew the bread, it'll push the pill down for you.
Okay, just to kind of trick the mind.
That's really what it's doing, yeah.
Okay.
And it just pushes the pill down for you. Try that. I have a couple people that have that issue with pills, and they've tried it and it helps. Some people it doesn't work at all. Like they just can't swallow big pills at all. So try that. But like I said, you can cut it in half. Just don't crush it. Put it in applesauce or something to make it slippery to go down the throat.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, like I said, we'll have to look and see what other ones are out there that are smaller. But I believe all diabetic pills are pretty big.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
And of course, if we have to, then we'll just work hard at the whole diet and exercising thing.
Yeah. I plan to. We'll see how it goes. I'm willing to try anything. So, yeah.
Yeah. And my concern would be, because you are trying to get pregnant, that we want to get your A1C to a normal level so that you don't have this problem when you're pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay?
for
Because
sure.
then you take the risk of having uncontrolled blood sugars, gestational diabetes, and a very large baby, which the baby can be born with a whole bunch of sugar problems as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to get your A1C to normal before you become pregnant.
All right, that's my goal too.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
All right. I'm going to send it out for you right now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hated that. Maybe it's not that bad. That bad. Glucophage. That's what she said. Glucophage. Maybe it's not that bad. I do have a headache though, so. What is? What? Do I want this? I feel like I don't want this. You know how I am with medication. I'm just getting like flashbacks of that stupid misoprostol bullshit, and I had a weird feeling about it. And that was just like a 2-timer thing. I didn't even do the 2 times. I just did the 1 time. Now she's talking like this is like the rest of my fucking life. And I just don't, like, I can't, like, I don't accept that. Like, I don't accept this pill once a day for the rest of my life. That's fine. That's okay. Because if this is gonna keep me from being but I have to watch out for my liver. I mean, it's big, but it's not that big. Is it bigger than I usually? Yes, it is. But it's not like as big as I thought. Is this going to be a mental Jedi mindfuck? Yes. Because they're not that big. Like, they're doable. They're just larger than I would like. Like, if they were half this, how many do I have in here? This is why I asked her, like, how long do I have to do this? Like, is this possibly a temporary thing? And she's like, I'm not willing to accept that this is a genetic problem and that I should just accept it and just like lay down and just let the sugar take me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So here's the medication, right? This is what was prescribed to me to immediately start reversing this whole shit show. The latest shit show, rather. Because, like I mentioned before, I have jumped from
5.9% A1C to 6.1 since April. And that is alarming, which makes me think like, okay, I've been fine for years, right? What has changed since April? And it's like my diet has changed like a million times. Well, not a million times. My diet has yet again changed. Here's the metformin. She said that this is like one of the lowest doses. I don't know shit about this, right? She said this is one of the lowest doses that she's giving me to start off, and it's 500 milligrams, and it's a 24-hour release. So I have to take one of these the same time every day at night. So I have my morning meds, and now I have this at night. I have not started taking it yet because, again, this is a mind twist for me because I am not a pill taker. I don't care. I'm not ashamed to fucking say it. I think pills are awful going down your throat, and I've always been this way. Always. Like, I've gotten better because I've had to, like, take some infertility meds and painkiller meds and all this stuff. If it's absolutely too much for me to bear, I will chew it up and swallow it. I don't care if it tastes like battery acid. I will chew it up and swallow it that way. I'm not choking and dying on big ass pills, right? That's just always how I've been. So I haven't started this yet. I got this when? Yesterday? Where's the paper at? Yeah, I got it yesterday. 500 milligrams metformin, extended release. Take 1 tablet by mouth daily. I started Googling it and like researching it before, like when they first said, how do you feel about taking this medication? I took that weekend and started researching. And then the follow-up appointment that I had that Monday was questions. And it was almost like she was kind of annoyed, like, what questions do you have? Like, bitch, I told you it's genetic. You cannot avoid this. Like, I don't care. I'm going to ask you my questions. And then when I picked this up, I didn't even say this time, yeah, bring the pharmacist to tell me about this. I didn't even ask for that because I know what they do. Like, I will never forget my Soprostol. I will never fucking forget that or forgive them. So I didn't ask for it, but the girl was like, have you had this before? And I was like, no. And she didn't even ask me. She just went and got the pharmacist, and the pharmacist started talking. What did the pharmacist say? Nothing, except for how to take it. Explaining about this medication is not the same thing as explaining how to take it. That's all that they do. It's like, you guys get paid the big bucks to explain how to take it? That's wild to me. Oh, you take 1 tablet by mouth the same time every day, usually with dinner, with a meal. I'm like, okay. And she's just like, if you have any questions or anything, call us. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call Google. And I know that they say not to do that, but honestly, who needs people, right? At this point, when people don't want to people, I can get more information from AI. How many do I have in here? So, why is my apartment on here though? I don't like that, but okay. Okay, so there's 30 in here. 3, 6. So I have 2.5 months. Okay, after 2.5 months, then I will probably need my blood checked again to see where I'm at. And let me tell you, I'm going to tell you right now where I'm going to be at in 2.5 to 3 months. Not on these bitches. Not. Because I'm about to get a,
membership, which I said before that I was going to handle on Monday, but I didn't have time on Monday. And I started looking into like the rates for the preferred gym that I wanted. And let me tell you how annoying they are, and I definitely won't be going with them. I should say their name, but I'm not. I'm on the website looking at like rates and just, doing my own research. And I start to fill out the application for a membership or whatever. And then at the very last step, I'm like, hold on. Where did this extra money come from, right? So I'm like, stop. I do not submit the form. I go back to research like the fine print, right? You don't know necessarily to look for the fine print until something says, hey, look at the fine print. So then I go back to the first page and I'm like, oh, I see. And what I saw, I didn't necessarily like. So I stopped the form. I did not submit it. And I looked at 2 other gyms and those fees were also there. So I'm just like, okay, this is like one of those bullshit things in this industry that I just was unaware of, but apparently it is standard. So after I saw that, I was like, okay, well, who offers what for the same amount of money? I'm just like, okay, I'm done researching. How about as soon as I stopped researching the same day, the first gym that I filled out the form, but I did not submit it, starts texting me and calling me. And I'm like, the fuck? I didn't even submit the form. So why are you extracting my information and blowing me up immediately? Stop. Like, if I have any questions or difficulties, your phone number's on the website. Like, I can figure it out. Like, leave me alone. I hate shit like that. I hate to be harassed. I hate it. That's why I've like never been good at sales, because I'm not going to like harass and try to convince and like beg someone to like buy something. I hate that shit. I don't like commission. I hate it. So as soon as that started happening, I was like totally like I'm good, right? I'm gonna go to another gym. So then the next day they continue to text and call me. Like every day they've been texting and calling me and emailing me. And so I'm like, oh fuck no. I started off by like unsubscribing to the text. They stopped texting. And then the next day I unsubscribed from the email because they kept emailing me. Now they keep calling me, and I don't know, you can't unsubscribe from somebody calling you. And so every time they call, I'm just like, ignore. But I'm just like, the fuck? This is the kind of shit that will make me like pick up and curse somebody out, and the person who is going to be on the line when I decide to pick up is going to be in for it. And that's not fair, because it's not the person, it's the company and how they like make people do this shit, and it's shitty. But I will curse you out for harassing me. Because first of all, how did you get my information when I did not submit it? I entered it, but I did not hit the submit button. So that's fucking shady. Like, I don't like that. And that's unfortunate, because I really was going to like get hooked up with this gym. I really was. I wanted to. But that kind of behavior lost me. So it's probably going to be the second gym. But I'm not going to enter any information. I'm probably just gonna like show up in person and sign up and tell them, don't fucking call me, don't text me, don't email me, run me my membership card and let me work out in peace. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I want to be left alone. In general, I want to be left alone. Like, don't. Stop. So that was that. I say all that to say, in 3 months, I'm not going to be on this. My A1C is going to be a lot lower. And I was like scrolling last night through like my old screenshots and stuff, because I'm always screenshotting my labs because I just hate to log in to every portal. I have so many portals, I just can't. So I was scrolling through my screenshots, and believe it or not, in 2021, it was one of the, hold on, 2021, it was either my previous primary care doctor or, no, I really think it was a fertility clinic. So it wasn't 2021, I think it was whatever year it was 2021. And it wasn't my PCP, it was the very first fertility clinic that I went to here. They ran labs, and I was looking at that screenshot, and I was like, maybe did they like ran my blood, so like did they run my A1C? And sure enough, in 2021 at my first fertility clinic, they ran my A1C and it was at 5.5 back then. And I just, all those, there's like 20 numbers on your labs. You don't know what any of them mean until you have to know what they mean. So like that was there, but I didn't know what that was. And it obviously wasn't a concern at the time for any of the doctors, but I'm like, 5.5, I think is in the normal range. I think 5.5 is in the normal range, on the verge of like on the low end of elevated blood sugar. I think the lower end of elevated blood sugar is like 5.6 or 5.7. So way back when, I was inching up to the lower end of elevated blood sugar. And then it just kept going and going and going, because it was definitely 5.5. Anyway, what do we got? Okay, let me just start from the top. This honestly doesn't have as many scary instructions as the misoprostol does. It didn't. That had like 4 pages front to back. But this says, that's what she was like, my glucophage. Brand names, Fortamet, Glucophage, Glumetza. Generic ingredient, Metformin, okay, blah, blah, blah. Warning. Rarely, metformin may cause too much lactic acid in the blood, lactic acidosis. This is higher in people who have kidney problems, liver problems, heart failure, alcohol use, or take any drugs like okay, you see? In that first line, the second line, the risk is higher in people who have kidney problems, liver problems, heart failure, use alcohol, or take other drugs like topiramate. So nobody has told me, even though they ask you a million times if you drink or not, and I always say yes, but very rarely, even though they ask that, nobody has told me, hey, don't drink while you take these. Not one person. Yet it says that in the second line, alcohol use. It doesn't say alcohol abuse, like if you're an alcoholic, don't. It says any alcohol use. Beware. So it's like, I could have my glass of wine that I have every couple months or every 3 months or so while on this, not knowing, not reading, and be fucked up. Anyways, I'm not gonna nitpick. It's just because I don't want to take this. Common uses. It is used to lower blood sugar in patients with high blood sugar, diabetes. before using this medicine, what do I need to tell my doctor before I take this drug? Tell your doctor if you are allergic to this drug. How am I going to know? Any part of this drug or any other drugs, foods, or substances. Tell your doctor about the allergy, blah, blah, blah. How to use this medicine. Use this drug as ordered by your doctor. Read all information given to you. Follow any instructions closely. Take with meals. Keep taking this drug as you have been told. Take with the evening meal if taking once daily. Swallow whole. Do not chew, break, or crush. If you have trouble swallowing, talk with your doctor. She told me that I could break it in half, but I can't crush it. Apparently, I can't even break it in half. What I want to do is toss it over the balcony. That's what I want to do, because it's ridiculous. Tell your healthcare providers that you take this drug. This includes your doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and dentists. I have to remember to tell LIC that I've added some shit. Some shit has occurred since we last talked. A change in physical activity, exercise, or diet may also affect blood sugar. Follow the diet and exercise plan that your doctor told you about. She didn't tell me. So, I want my diet and exercise to affect my blood sugar in a positive way. I do. Because that's not for me. If diarrhea happens or you are throwing up, call your doctor. You will need to drink more fluids to keep from losing too much fluid. That was something else that I kept reading online, is that, and this is what she mentioned also, I think, that this could cause stomach issues for the first week or so of using it. If it continues after that, then there's a problem. So I'm kind of getting like flashbacks of the misoprostol, because they're like, oh, within the first few days, well, but you don't take misoprostol for several days. Well, some people do. They take it for other reasons, but it's like in the first few days, you might have these stomach problems, but if it continues after that, like there's something wrong, and talk to your doctor. It said the same thing, and it was just like, oh, only like 1% of, patients that take this will have that issue. Well, I fell in that 1%. So that's also why I'm a little bit nervous, and especially since it wants me to take it at night, it's like, I don't want to have another night like January.
All right, sorry about that.
No worries.
Give me 1 second. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay, so I did go over your email, and I do have a outline for the meeting today. So I just want to confirm that I have all your information correct. And the reason is you're looking for a plan that will support your health concerns, which are anemia, prediabetes, infertility, asthma, anxiety, and improve overall health.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to go over, a good amount of things. So we'll target one thing at a time.
That sounds good.
First we'll go over one, and then we'll go ahead.
When you listed it all, it didn't sound as long in my head when I wrote it, but if we could even just focus on right now the pre-diabetes, that's my main concern right now. Everything else I can kind of get along with, but with this new diagnosis, I really need to figure out how to support reversing that.
Okay, so your main concern is, above the issues that you have at the moment, is you want to focus on pre-diabetes at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, can you run me through a little bit more like what you normally eat in a normal day?
Well, I can give you like today.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, today is kind of like the worst case scenario. I typically like to meal prep. I prefer to cook and eat at home, but when I don't have anything cooked or prepped, I'm not eating. So today, this morning, I've had a piece of toast with butter and strawberry jam. I've had a handful of almonds, and then I just try to grab and go as much as possible, so snacking, but it's going to be like pieces of fruit. So I've had a bag of grapes, I have an apple, or it'll be an apple and a banana, just to kind of get me through the morning and afternoon until I go home for dinner. So today it's been grapes, it's been almonds, a piece of toast. I'm on my second cup of tea.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I get home, then I can kind of figure out what it is that I want to eat. And I haven't gotten that far. It'll usually be if I just need to get something in my belly, but I don't feel like cooking, or I haven't grocery shopped, I resort to a bowl of cereal, which is like Honey Nut Cheerios and Honey Bunches of Oats together, maybe with some blueberries in it. Other times it'll be like a bowl of chili beans, because I prep that pretty easily and I have a lot of that. So it's kind of like I'm just fending for myself. Worst case scenario for dinner. Or I just will continue snacking until I, feel satisfied enough to where I can go to sleep on it. And that snack will be maybe some like rice chips, or I don't know, unsalted potato chips. So I'm kind of all over the place. Again, this is the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, I've meal prepped my lunches and breakfast, and for breakfast I'll have sweet potatoes with vegetables, like a scramble that I can take to work and kind of eat that. I'll have my cup of tea, and then for lunch I'll have a mixed green salad with lots of nuts, seeds, berries. I like a fully loaded salad. And then for dinner, whatever I've prepped for dinner, which would be like a soup probably of some kind, or again like chili beans. I'm really trying to stay away from potatoes, stay away from bread. I'm a big pasta lover, but I've really tried to cut that out and kind of switch to like more of a rice noodle. So I've been doing a lot of ramen and pho, homemade, but it's just getting harder and harder for me to eat, and it's a bit discouraging because I've eliminated so much stuff. I don't know, without eating the same 5 dishes, if you will, what else there is. And I don't think it's helping me because I've had some recent lab work and they're not really improving.
Do you check your blood sugar levels at all on a daily basis, or
No.
at any level?
No, this is all very, very new. I mean, within the last several months, like few months, I just had my glucose checked, when was it? Late last week. And so I went from 5.9 A1C in April to just recently it's up to 6.1. And so my doctor is now wanting me to start Metformin, and so it's all very, very new. Yeah, so I don't check it
And
daily.
you're not obese at all, I can tell. So it's mostly genetic, what you said, right?
Yeah, I have it. My father has it really bad, and then it's also on my mother's side of the family.
Do you exercise at all?
No, that's the one thing that I have not done over the past several years. I've changed my diet, I've added vitamins, supplements, I've done everything, but I just have an aversion to exercise, and I'm to the point now where I have to get up and move to just see if this is my last resort to improve that.
Yeah, I would recommend, I don't focus so much on the exercise aspect,
Sure.
but even walking 30 minutes a day can significantly improve your blood sugar. So just 30 minutes a day, if you just walk in a treadmill, or if you want to, just go around the block, that's one thing outside of diet that would definitely help. Of course, I can help you more so with the dietary aspect, but I also think monitoring your blood sugar would be a very good idea. I don't know if your doctor has given you any options, or if you can, pretty sure you can buy like a monitor your blood sugar.
Okay.
That would be pretty helpful.
Okay.
That way you can monitor your progress, because we can try something, and then if you do get the blood sugar, if you do go to the doctor, it's gonna be like a while. So you can't really
3
see your
months
progress.
is what they said, I think. Every 3 months.
Exactly. So if we do something and then we wait 3 months and then we're like, oh, it didn't work, then that's a long time.
Yeah.
But even if you check your blood sugar twice a week, something like that, then we have more of like a scope of where we're at. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're losing weight, and you're only weighing yourself once every 3 months, then, it's kind of long. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you don't know what you need to tweak along the way.
Yeah. So I would recommend that. So number one, definitely try to work. You don't have to do like a really hard workout, but even just walking 30 minutes,
Okay.
5 to 6 times a week, five times a week, that's gonna help your blood sugar a lot.
Okay.
And then number two, we would have to find a way to monitor your blood sugar to see if everything is working out. So I'm not sure if on Amazon they might have. So I know there's some for like for the finger.
Yeah.
They might be like $30. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I can look into
But
it.
it's around that ballpark range.
Okay.
But as far as pre-diabetes, so you're familiar with it, right? That means your blood sugar is higher than normal. Our goal is to reduce the blood sugar.
Yeah.
As far as what you're saying that you're eating, so you're eating a vegan diet, correct?
Yeah. I'm trying it. I'm really new to it. It's only been like a couple of months since I started it, and I've done pretty well. I've felt better since starting it, and then of course with this new information and just kind of like my attitude or mood about it, I kind of go off the plan and just eat whatever I want for a little while, and then gives me some issues, and I'm like, okay, I really don't want to do that, make matters worse. So yeah, I want to kind of try to stick to the vegan diet, but I have here and there had some like seafood or just like a little bit of beef, but it always makes me feel not good after.
So what is the basis for the vegan diet? Is it like so what decided to make you follow the vegan diet?
It honestly was in April when I first got the information that I was, on the line for pre-diabetes. I started just doing more research about like diet, nutrition, and how you can change your health circumstances through diet, and I found a lot of information about like how meat could play a big factor into it, and so I just wanted to try it and see if it would help my circumstances before anything got worse, whether it was the pre-diabetes or maybe it would help my iron improve. And I know that sounds funny, eliminating meat, which has I think it's called heme iron, and then focusing strictly on vegetables to see if that works. And believe it or not, my pre-diabetes, the A1C went up, but my iron also improved. So it's kind of like I'm trying to balance this out, but I don't want to go crazy on one, doing something that's going to hurt my circumstance in another way. So I just need something that can kind of balance it out.
Exactly, there needs to be a balance, because so with the vegan diet, it's good for health for a normal person that's not pre-diabetic. However, it's a very high carbohydrate diet. So a lot of the things that you eat are going to be very high in carbs. There are some protein foods like tofu, we got like tempeh, they've got all these different, protein foods.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's kind of hard to eat just that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can definitely try it. If there's a will, somebody can try it, But for pre-diabetic, we're going to try to, so basically for the pre-diabetic, we're going to space out the carbohydrates. So we need to find a plan where maybe you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the time frame, like 8 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., just need to basically even them out so that you don't get that spike. So a spike will happen like if you get a soda, or just as an example, you get a soda that'll have like 50 grams of sugar, like I believe around 75 grams of carbs, and you just drink it all at once, your blood sugar is gonna spike up. So all the sugar is just going to your bloodstream at one time. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is slowly bring the sugar into your blood.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So for that, we need to have structure. So whatever works best for you, whether it be like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. Snacking is actually very beneficial for this because it'll, if your blood sugar goes too low, it'll help it out. But regarding the way that you say you eat, you kind of just snack around most of the day, right?
Yeah, on the days where I'm just like I haven't cooked, I don't have anything prepared. I don't really like to eat out too much. I that's like my last resort. But if I don't have anything prepared at home, I just won't eat. And if I get too hungry, then it'll just be like I'll grab something and I'll just be snacking until I can figure out the next thing. So yeah.
Do you sit down and eat any meals at all?
Yeah, typically. So, like on the weekends, I like to have a hot breakfast. So I'll make breakfast on the weekends and I'll sit down and eat. And then if I'm cooking that week, I'll make sure that I have dinner for sure. I don't really have lunch on the weekends, but I'll have breakfast and I'll have dinner then. And then during the week, it's just kind of hard for me to like focus on making sure that I eat and even stay hydrated with my work schedule and everything. If I don't prep, I'm just not going to eat, I'm not going to drink, I'm just going to be getting through the day, and I'll get to a point in the day where like I'm so hungry, I'm shaking, and I'm like, okay, I just need to get something in my body. And then when I do, chances are it's not going to be the best choice. So it'll be like more of the like potato chip or a rice chip or just like a quick bowl of cereal or just something that I can get in.
Makes sense. That's kind of like, so how's your living situation?
I live alone in an apartment.
Okay.
So I don't have to take care of anybody but myself. So if I don't feel like cooking or I don't have something, I don't have to worry about it. I can just, I don't know.
Okay. That's making more sense. Yeah, so if there's no food, then you just don't eat, right?
Yeah.
Because I know some other people, that I've talked to, it's a little bit easier because let's say they're living with their family members, maybe somebody else cooked the meal, and then it's easier. Because I've lived by myself in the past too, and I understand how it's tough. Like if there's nothing, then I just kind of starve.
Yeah.
And so I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
What I think would be very beneficial is, how do you feel about meal plans?
Like the kind that you can buy into and they just show up?
Well, yeah, there's that option, or just a meal plan where you just get all your groceries on let's say on a Saturday or a Sunday, and then now you have everything to cook during the week.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, and again, like I typically do, I don't do it weekly, and I think that's part of the problem. I'll do like one big grocery haul for the month and get everything, and then I'll take another day on that weekend and prep all of my produce and get things together for when I cook. So I'll do everything in a weekend, and I do a lot of freezing for like ahead of time, but it never lasts me that entire month. I get to like maybe a week and a half in the month where it's just like, okay, I've run through everything, or I don't know, maybe I'm tired of it, or just whatever the case may be, and I don't have grocery, and I'm waiting until the next month to do another big grocery haul and juice and prep and all that stuff. And so in the in-between, I'm just like floating because I'm not, I don't have anything yet, and it's not that time. versus going
Makes sense.
every single week. That would be just like a habit that I need to build up because I hate going to the store every single day. I know a lot of people go to the store all the time. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get everything and like set myself up. But I think a month is too far out, to be honest. But I,
Yes, so yes, we have to find that balance. For example, for me, I think for me what's worked is once every 2 weeks, when I was living by myself,
yeah,
once every 2 weeks. So I don't know what stores you shop at, but like I would go once every 2 weeks, once a month, I would go to Costco,
yeah,
get all the necessities, all the things that I need for the month, like, stock up on, the milk or the almond milk or, whatever I'm going to need to just put away.
yeah,
I'll do that. And then the other 2 weeks later, then that would be like smaller grocery store, there'd be, like Food for Less or, Aldi or whatever.
yeah.
Like more quicker, faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I felt was working for me when I was living by myself.
Mm.
And then in between, occasionally you might make the quick run to get, I need this thing, right?
Yeah,
But for me, what I felt always worked was 2 weeks, and then by the 2 week mark, for me, I would already be like running out
okay,
of groceries. But yeah, once a week, I would say it's kind of a quick going every week.
yeah.
But
Once every 2 weeks seems like a happy medium. It's doable, so I can try that.
Yeah, so that you can do the 1 month. Yeah, stuff's gonna go. Yeah, 1 month is kind of far out. I wish I could do 1 month, but we have to go
Yeah.
to the grocery store.
And I know a lot of people say, well, how do you do your produce if you don't go every day or every week? And it's like, I get lots of fruits and vegetables. My fruits, of course, will go quicker. Like, I'll just pick up a fruit for breakfast or snack or whenever. Those will go quicker, but like my vegetables, I try to come up with meals that I can cook with the fresh vegetables and that I can put away and freeze for, okay, it's Wednesday night, let me just grab this or I'll grab that and go from there. And then my salads, if I do like a salad prep, I only do enough for that week for lunch. But
That's correct. So what I can do is, we can do is, talk to me about how your weekends are. Are they different to your weekdays?
yeah, they're different in the sense of like my weekends come, I'm tired. I typically will stay in. I don't go out a lot, so I'll stay in the apartment. I'll get caught up on household chores, what have you. If I have a grocery, I'll make sure that I'll meal prep, and I'll juice. So I'm like, normally I'm just in the house on the weekends, so I have the time to do it. Yeah,
Okay, so that's Saturday and Sunday?
yeah.
Or your weekends are Saturday and Sunday, or they're all normal work schedule sort of deal?
Yeah, I work Monday through Friday. I'm off Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, what I think might be beneficial to you would be basically we can make a meal plan where you follow it maybe just at least during the weekdays, Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And this meal plan, what I usually do is I'll give you 3 different breakfast options, 3 different lunch options, and 3 different dinner options, and you can just rotate them.
Okay.
But they all consist of like the same foods. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So you don't have to be buying a whole bunch of different stuff. So for example, for breakfast, something, and also I'll make it in a way where it's foods that are easy to make. So for example, in the morning you can have a quick breakfast smoothie where you get a banana, you get some frozen strawberries, you get a little protein powder or something. This is just an example. Throw some.
So it has to be that, and it's like the inconsistency of like me eating and like cooking and prepping and all that stuff is probably an issue. right? Because I'm realizing also, because I'm starting to track, like I'm starting to do like a legitimate food diary, and I'm tracking like what I'm eating in a day on like weeks like right now where I haven't anything prepped and I'm just like winging it. I'm not even getting 1,000 calories a day. And that is alarming. So, and it's like out of those under 1,000 calories a day, I'm eating quite a bit of carbs without me realizing it. Like, I was loading up on beans, like chili beans, and he's like, yeah, beans have carbs, don't eat those. And I was like, fuck, I've been eating a lot of beans. Like rice, even though like I'm not eating rice, I started eating gluten-free products, so everything is rice-based or corn-based, which is also on the do not eat list. I eat a banana every freaking day, which is number 1 on the do not eat list. I eat grapes all the time, which is number 3 on the do not eat list. So it's just like, fuck. This is why I needed help, because I'm eating what I'm thinking is healthy, and it's actually like making it worse. Like the fruit is making it worse. I can't eat bananas all the time, maybe once a week. Like I can't eat my green grapes, and I love green grapes. And it's like, if you're gonna eat fruit, have maybe an apple, but like mostly berries. And I'm just like, damn, berries are hard to keep alive. You know? Blueberries turn on you like within 36 hours. Strawberries aren't always tasty. What else is there? Raspberries, blackberries, all those things. It's like just, it's so hard. And they're expensive. So it's just like, all right. And then, like, again, I'll go through that whole like meal plan that I just received and was reviewing and trying to make sense of. But he wants me to eat cheese. He wants me to eat Greek yogurt. He wants me to eat chicken, salmon. What else on there was animal product? And I was just like, damn. Although I wasn't eating a lot of meat before, like I really, really, really wasn't, meat doesn't have carbs, apparently. Like everything has carbs except meat. So logically, if you're incorporating more meat into your meals, you're getting fuller faster, you're not eating as much of the other things that are very carb heavy, because you're, what's the word? You're supporting the meal with meat. So by me cutting it out altogether, I'm eating nothing but items that have carbs, even vegetables and fruits and rice products. So, I mean, okay, so there's that, and I keep saying that I'm going to talk about this later, but
I was walking around and I said, here at the Olympics, there were so many little Easter eggs. If you rewatch it, they were so proud. They're doing a great job hosting.
And as night descends on the French capital, the lights come on the Eiffel Tower, and you see the distance, 25-minute or so drive. See more athletes coming. You saw the delegation from China coming in, China and the United States heading a tide in the gold medal race. First time that has happened at the Summer Games, where the top delegation in terms of gold medals was exactly to be settled in Los Angeles.
To be settled in,
right?
Yeah, exactly. 2028. Let's see what we bring in 2028. Yeah, exactly. I kind of like it.
Both winning 40 gold medals. The smiles on the faces, the cheers from the fans. Celebration of sport, celebration of Paris and the Olympics on this Sunday night.
Congrats to our American gold medal winners. They are exceptional because they demonstrate disciplined focus.